Alright people, we got another chapter. Let's go, like and subscribe for more, and if you don't mind try watching the manga reviews I'm doing, thank you. Let's begin. We see Sakura audience stand all joyous. They are happy to see Yamada Takumi representing them in the final battle. They are sure that this match is already decided. They are like, why use a sledgehammer to crack a nut? But still Sword Immortal is fighting Yamada. This should be an easy win. Huaxia audience mocks them back, that at least Yamada could die without regrets, but some of Huaxia's audience is worried to see Yamada enter the stage. They wonder, isn't he like a divine child? What's he doing leaving Saikyo? And we are told Yamada's sister and Amaterasu are in Saikyo. It means the strongest, or in the league of the strongest. Lu wonders who would have thought that for the final battle Yamada will finally enter the spotlight. Huaxia's elder tells us that Yamada is the first prodigy of Sakura Kingdom in over 1,000 years. They call him once-in-an-era genius of the empire, SS-class divine chosen. And we get a look at this prodigy, and we are told that on the day Yamada turned 18, he killed Huaxia's third-rank expert, Luo Jun, and even his contracted deity, the East Sea Dragon God. Now we get a flashback of this fight at East Sea waters from 9 years ago. Luo Jun was killed, and Yamada stood on a dragon's tendon, and we see Yamada tearing apart the tendon, thinking that the tendon's material is tough and unyielding. It'll be perfect for making a longbow for his sister. And we see him rip it apart from the dragon and killing it. He looks cool, calm and not to mention cold, and we see the massacre Yamada did in the sea. Huaxia's elder tells us that Yamada's deity is one of Sakura Kingdom's 3 supreme deity, and their compatibility is at astonishing 80%. MC has decided if the Sword Immortal loses, he will challenge Yamada to a divine duel himself. And we are back in the arena and we see that Sword Master is equipping his sword. Yamada states that he's long heard of Huaxia's creator's immortality, and we see Sword Immortal pulling out his sword, and he starts erupting with aura. He points his sword at Yamada and states that there is no need for more words between them, and he continues that 10 years ago, Yamada killed the East Sea Dragon God. And it caused droughts year after year, the land became barren and hunger plagued the people everywhere. And we see this thirsty child asking for water from her mother. Mother tells him to just hold on a little longer, sweetie, just a little longer, and as she cries she tells her child that today he must die, to avoid the thirst, avoid the hunger. Man, out of nowhere this manhwa gets dark. Scene shifts and we see Sword Master is pointing his sword at Yamada, ready to begin, and all angry he states that Yamada should feel honored. Yamada laughs and states that Sword Master should feel honored to fall at the hands of someone chosen by the great 3 noble gods, and that the judgment will be delivered through his sister, restoring radiant glory. As for those starving masses, once they submit to Sakura Nation, they'll experience unparalleled honor. Huaxia audience is getting angry at this piece of shit, and find him utterly despicable. For his selfish desires he plunged the rest of their families into famine. Huaxia's audience thinks that Sakura is a vile and senseless nation. MC thinks that Yamada's heart is already consumed with hatred and disdain, and he thinks that his teacher was right. Weak nations have no diplomacy. MC thinks that they must defeat Sakura, crush them until they take back their scorn. They need to crush Sakura until they submit completely. The stunning Aphrodite appears on stage and announces that the contestants have been confirmed, and she presents the personal information of the fighters. Yamada has an SSS-class Susanoo and Sword Master has SS-class Li Bai, and we switch to Great Eagle Empire Nation. Their king orders his servant to spread the word, that when Huaxia is defeated, they'll declare war on them immediately. They must consume the blood and flesh of the fallen nation. They want the flag of the Great Eagle Empire to fly across the globe, and we switch to Radong Kingdom audience, and their president wants to attack Huaxia as soon as the divine war ends. They've lost countless treasures to Huaxia, and they want to take everything back from Huaxia. Now we switch to Tianzhu Kingdom audience and the monks can't believe Sakura sent Yamada into battle. They think that with the might of the war god Susanoo, Huaxia doesn't stand a chance. And the monk tells the other monk to inform Upali not to miss this opportunity. Upali is a monk, one of the 10 chief disciples of the Buddha according to early Buddhist texts. These monks want to make Huaxia a sacrificial offering to Shiva. I think these monks are more Hindu than Buddhists, and we are back to the arena. Yamada has summoned a bunch of Sakura deities and out of them he chooses Susanoo to come out. Okay, nice design. Sakura erupts in cheers on seeing Susanoo. They are sure that this time they'll strip away Huaxia's last shred of dignity, and tear apart Huaxia's gods completely. Huaxia's elder states that this will be a brutal battle. And we see that Sword Master has summoned Li Bai. Aphrodite announces that both contestants have successfully summoned their deities, and now Huaxia vs Sakura Nation, the final battle begins. And right at the start we see Li Bai take a drink from his gourd and he states that it's exhilarating. But alas, a pot of wine amidst the flowers, yet no friends to drink with. This is because Li Bai is a Chinese poet of Tang dynasty, and he wonders about Gao Shi, Haran, and Cheng Fu, and asks where are you now? Old friends. He is completely ignoring the enemy. Yamada is getting annoyed and he starts his chant, are you stuck in the mud yet still looking up at the same stars with me? He raises his hands and we see purple lightning start surrounding him and he continues, are you stuck in the mud yet still looking up at the same stars with me? Sword Master looks up and notices that something is coming down, and bam, a sword hits Sword Master and slams into the ground. All angry Yamada states that they act as if no one else matters, and we end this chapter on Sword Master getting injured and bleeding. By the looks of it, it seems he just lost an arm. Well, we'll find out in the next chapter.